Aloha guys, and welcome back. I'm Cameron and this is the So Well Garage. So as you guys can see, the Jeep is in a different state than where we left it off last. And that is because the game plan for this thing has changed. We're not doing a full paint job on it. We're just gonna restore the paint. And you can kind of see where I've done that here on this fender. And then I'm gonna have to do it on the cowl, and obviously I'm gonna have to repaint the firewall and all of the inner fender. But basically it is just too much of a hassle to have this, like these many vehicles in Hawaii in a 2-car garage, because HOAs suck and they decide that they should tow your vehicles when they're parked in your driveway, which makes no sense. But regardless, that's neither here nor there. So the plan is to basically get this thing looking as best as we can now that she is running just absolutely beautiful. Essentially what we're doing is we are cleaning all of this up, sanding everything as best as we can possibly get it, so that way we can respray the Raptor liner in here, because as you can see, it wasn't exactly done wasn't exactly done by a professional, or wasn't exactly all that great to begin with. So we're sanding everything, trying to get everything as nice and clean and prepped as we possibly can. And then we're gonna start Raptor lining. I've never done this before, but I've painted plenty, so I would imagine it's gonna be relatively close to the same principle. I'm not gonna bore you guys too much with like cleaning and sanding and all that stuff, so there might be like a 15 to 20 second clip of that, but yeah, let's go ahead and get it, guys. Well, now that we're prepped and we're ready, it is time to just kind of do a final vacuum and get the rest of this little stuff up. And then I'm gonna run over it with some mineral spirits, and then we should be ready to start spraying this thing down, guys. So let's go. All right, guys, well, that should be it for prep work. I've also sanded, it's kind of hard to see, but I've sanded the roll bar and these open spots. Ooh, missed a spot. Oh, I guess I'm not done. But I've sanded that spot over there too. So yeah, I'm gonna hit those spots up real quick, and then hopefully we can lay down some Raptor liner. So let's go, guys. All right, guys, so we are finally ready to start throwing down some Raptor liner. And all in all, it seems pretty easy. The instructions are pretty clear. You just have to add 8 fluid ounces of the hardener into each one of these bottles. You shake it up for a couple minutes, attach it to the gun, and I think it said anywhere from 40 to 60 psi. 40 to 60 psi for the gun. I think my compressor can handle that. So let's go ahead and throw down like a test spot and see what it looks like. Hopefully it'll look good. Alright guys, well, we literally just finished one bottle, and that got pretty much the majority, if not all, of the rear tub. I know that there's going to be quite a bit that I need to kind of touch up, like inside here on this rail. I'm going to have to grab kind of in there because it was kind of hard to get to. But all in all, looking pretty good. ended up using was 2 jugs, and we got pretty much full coverage. I might have to go back through and like touch it up later, but what I'm kind of hoping is that there's gonna be enough to do the Tacoma bed. Alright guys, well off camera I decided to try something because I was a little bit curious about the whole Rustoleum thing, and it worked just absolutely perfectly. Like check it out. It's not as textured as the Raptor liner, which is totally fine, but it's still got a good texture to it, and the gun sprayed it perfectly. So I think that's going to be the game plan for the rest of these diamond plates, is going to be using the Rustoleum to actually bedline it with the Raptor liner gun. So it's confirmed you can do it. So we have everything pulled off, and it is just looking so good. I am so happy with the finish on this. What is going on, guys? It is the next day, and as you can see, a lot of the Jeep is put back together, and we got to finish up these ones, and I'm actually thinking I might do the rims. Alright guys, so we have our first coat on. It's not 100% coverage. You can see there's a couple of spots missing here, but that's because I'm trying to get as much of a textured look as I can. So what that's going to require is kind of like splotching it on there as opposed to just, you know, going at it with 50-50 overlay. Still got to finish up this corner here, but it's pretty much the same process. So I'm about to lay my second coat down on this, and then we'll see what it looks like after that. So you guys can kind of see that what I was doing was keeping it farther away, not super close, and just kind of misting it over it. And that's how, I wonder if you can see that, how I'm starting to get that like really good texture going on. So, all in all, I'm super happy with this, and I think for $18, it's kind of a hack compared to like using the Raptor liner and stuff like that. But I will say that I really like the Raptor liner texture better than the Rustoleum. But for $18, it's kind of hard to beat. So let's go ahead and finish up this guy. So I already know people are going to be wondering why I didn't take the taillight out, and that's because I couldn't really get to the connector, and well, I kind of was able to get to it, but where it was at, I don't know, something's not right with the connector, and I would rather just not mess with it, because if I unplug it and the wiring is just trash or whatever it is, there's some type of tape or something that's over the connector. And I really don't want to open that can of worms of trying to get up in there and solder and fix or whatever it is. I'm sure it would be easier on a Jeep than other platforms, but I really don't want to mess with it. So yeah. All right guys, so I still have a bunch of Rustoleum bed liner left over, and off camera I decided to do this. Well, mainly because my GoPro battery was dying. But who wants to see a whole bunch of prep work anyways? Let's just go ahead and get into throwing down some more bed liner. So I thought I had a lot of Rustoleum left over. I had almost enough to cover the hood, but you can see right there is the only spot that I wasn't able to get like full actual coverage on, but 18 bucks, so it's not that bad. I'm gonna go out and grab another quart. So see you in a little bit, guys. Well, unfortunately, none of the local stores had a quart of Rustoleum, and I did not feel like running all the way out to Capillet. So I just went ahead and grabbed a rattle can, and I put on another coat, and it's looking pretty good, pretty even. So I'm pretty happy with that. I got like 98% of the coverage with the gun anyways, and it was just more so touching it up with the rattle can. Oh, while I was out, I also hit up 4-Wheel Parts, and I got us some black hood latches since one of ours is broken. It was like 14 bucks. So I'm pretty happy with that. So let's go ahead and get these installed. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put the hood back on the Jeep for now, and then we'll worry about fixing the paint later on. I'm just kind of curious, and I really want to see what the new hood latches are gonna look like. So let's go, guys. Alright guys, well that is going to do it for today's episode, but before I let you go, I just want to do a quick walk around on the Jeep, kind of show you guys where we're at with this thing. I'm really glad I did that. I think that looks sick. I love that. All in all, I am really liking this like dark blue and black combo. I kind of had the exact same thing going on with one of my other trucks that I had. And if you can't tell by now, one of my like absolute favorite colors of all time is like electric blue or like a metallic blue. I love it. I think we're gonna save Rhino lining or Raptor lining, whatever it is that we end up doing with the rims, and then like all the paint work and all that stuff. But that is going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to come back for more. Peace.